Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Hunter07. I'm here today to show you how to make a cool little mining vehicle using Redpower 2 and Thaumcraft. So, sorry it's taken me so long to get this up and running, but this machine is a second copy of a machine I've had running in my survival world. You'll see here this is the cavern that it has hollowed out. Unfortunately I had a little problem with creepers and it isn't really operating anymore. So while I rebuild it, I thought this was a great opportunity to do a little tutorial. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the first thing we want to start out with is a platform with Redpower support frames. You can see the recipe here, sticks with brass ingots. So just Redpower support frames, just about 5 wide by, I think it's about 12 or 15 long. It's you can really make it as long as you want, really. It's not a problem either way. So this mining drill, this mining machine utilizes Redpower as well as Thaumcraft arcane bores to actually do the mining. So if we put down our arcane bores, there. And now, so if anyone's not familiar with Thaumcraft, the arcane bores are a fairly cheap item. Let's see if we can get out the recipe. So, so the enchanted wood, you need to collect the wood of trees that are spawned in the world by Thaumcraft, and an animated piston. So it's a piston with a couple of Thaumcraft crystals and that you can mine around the world, all put together in an infuser. If you want to figure out a bit more about Thaumcraft, there's plenty of tutorials about that, about Thaumcraft itself. This is just to show you how to put the machine together. So these arcane bores are they need to have these. Where are they? These arcane focuses in them to make them work. So each bore needs to have an arcane furnace and arcane singularities in order to function. Think of the arcane focus as the drilling head and the arcane singularities as the fuel for these bores. So you'll notice there that this one is pointing back this direction, which is not the direction we want to go. We want to go to this direction. So we just grab not our sonic screwdriver, we need our arcane tinker tool. You can see the recipe here, some thaumium ingots, redstone and some enchanted wood. So you can get our arcane tinker tool and point that in the direction that we want to go. So that's now mining out that area in front of it. So basically how this will work, this arcane bore will mine out this area in front of us. These two arcane bores will mine out the areas to each side, and there'll be a Redpower inchworm drive at the back here to push it all forward and push it down in that direction. So let's get some more arcane bores for these other two. Oh, we don't want those ones. So there's different types of arcane focuses that you can get. And the one I'm using in here, that's not what I want to do. The arcane focus Earth is a wide area. Yeah, it does a wide area in front of it, but it does deplete rather quickly. I'll just put down this ender chest so to get myself some more focuses. And at either side we want the arcane focus fire. Now the advantage of using the arcane focus fire is it has a medium area that it mines out, but it also utilizes the cobblestone and that it digs up to repair itself, so to speak. So they run out less, which is good. Okay, we don't want these pointing inside, we want them pointing out to either side. Beautiful. Okay, very good. Now, what we'll have to do next is we need some relays. And if we have a look at that recipe for the relay, you can see it's a buffer, a transposer, red dope wafer, wooden planks. So buffer is just wooden planks and iron bars. Iron bars are just 6 iron ingots there, 16 iron bars. So now how these arcane bores work is they will either just throw the items out the back of them, or they will output to a chest that's behind them. So so what we can do is we can have this buffer sitting there, and if we get our sonic screwdriver, should be good. Now if we get some Redpower pneumatic tubes to connect up that to our ender chest here. So this ender chest basically goes back up into my base, and it automatically sorts all the items that will get pumped into there. So you might just change that up a little bit. Don't need to be this far back. What can I do? Where can I put that now? Where'd those arcane balls go? There. Okay, so let's put that one there, and we need our ender chest, and we need our relays. So basically what will happen is these balls will output into these relays, and from the front here we'll automatically push it into this pipe and go into this ender chest. Lovely. If I can get these around the right way. Okay, where did they go? Where did those arcane focuses go? Grr. These arcane focuses themselves, they, what we need to do is to create a focus. You need to create just a regular arcane focus. So by Vis crystal and 4 iron ingots to create an arcane focus earth or an arcane focus fire, water, or air. You can have a look at those other ones. For example, to create the arcane focus earth, you need to put this arcane focus in an infuser with a earth crystal, a green crystal. Okay, so now just switch that around. There we go. There we go, and that should work fine. So let's just give that a test run, shall we? So if we stick a lever on the side of there, make sure arcane focus earth, arcane singularity, lovely. There we go, and there's the cobblestone going into there, going into the ender chest, and that's being pulled up and sorted by my system up in my main base. So that's all good, looking good. Let's get rid of that. Okay, next step. Next step is to get, well, for how I like to build it at least, is to get a control system set up. So, so let's go. I'm going to come back to, let's come back to here. Actually, sorry. The next step is not the control system. Next step will be the fuel system. So automatic refueling. So if we put down these regulators, one there, one there, one there. So if some of you are unfamiliar with the regulator, they're a Redpower 2 mod item, and what they do is, in this particular case, I'm using them to automatically put in arcane focuses to these arcane bores. So if I go and grab a few more arcane focus earths, what we can do is, on this side it's the input filter, so it's basically telling the regulator what you want to sit in this arcane bore that it's next to. So, and these set of slots here are the slots is the inventory of the regulator itself. So, and this one here is the input to the regulator. So, input, storage, output. So we could set up a system to automatically feed in arcane focuses from this ender chest, or say, for example, but for simplicity's sake, I'm not going to do that for the moment. So if we just put those in there, when this focus is depleted, that should automatically put that through if I get that on the right setting. So there we go, arcane focus earth there, arcane focus earth there. So every time it runs out, it'll pop a new one in for us. Lovely, just what we want. So there we go. Now let's make sure these ones are set up to do the same. Get ourselves some arcane focus fires. Use this one, it's already a little used. Oh, that's not what I want. Dum, dum, dum. There we go, beautiful. It's going to automatically put it in. So we can fill up this inventory slot there, and it'll just keep putting arcane focus fires in there as long as it's got some there to put in, which is perfect. Okay, grab a few more. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, beautiful. So that's now going to refill. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so that's that. Now, the control system. Okay, just going to lay out some. I'm just leaving a little bit of extra stray space here just in case I want to do some more modifications in future, which I plan to do. And I'll make sure I do some videos on that too if you would like me to. So just putting down, so for those of you unfamiliar with frames, it's utilizing Redpower frames, you need covers and panels. So a cover will work, okay, just say I put a cover here. That means so covers will basically allow the frame to slide along a particular face, whereas a panel like this will make sure that this cable I'm putting on top of it stays attached to the frame. So once we get the Redpower inchworm drive up and running to move this whole contraption backwards and forwards, these blue panels will make sure that this cable stays attached to it. Okay, so now what we want to do is basically run these cables so we have some control over these arcane boards, so we can just turn them on and off if we so desire. Okay, lovely. Now I'll just take out this one underneath so we've got somewhere to come up to. Could probably move these arcane boards down a tile as well, but I don't know, I like it where it is. But I mean, feel free to play around with it or anything like that. There's certainly no copyright. Okay. Okay, so now so white and orange. Let's use those colours, shall we? So let's use white for this one at the front. And the last one will need to be just a standard red alloy wire. So if we put orange and magenta. Okay, so magenta and orange. Lovely. Okay, so now, 1, 2, 3. We'll need another one back here. Okay, so which side was which? Have magenta on this side. So magenta, orange, and white cable, not panels. White, and now so levers. Okay, so now if we switch that lever, that front arcane bore turns on. Lovely, exactly what we want. And if we've had some fuel in this arcane bore, once we turn that one on, that one should turn on. Looking good. I just don't want to mine out that area beside me just yet. Okay, so that's the first basic setup. Now comes the more tricky part. We need to set up the inchworm drive. Now I like to have the inchworm drive under the back here, so it's kind of hidden. But I'll just get set up, make sure I have all the parts I need for that, and I'll be right back. Okay then, folks, back again. So now, before we go any further, I have to make sure that these arcane bores actually are secured to the machine. So what we have to do is just put an extra frame there, and there, just to make sure that they're attached to the device. Okay, now, so let's get started with this inchworm drive. So, first things first, what we want to do is have, let's see, where do we want to put this? Probably about, just let me get 1 second. Okay then, so we wanted about for this first frame motor, about, I don't know, leave about 3 spaces,